My son killed his stalker in self-defense. The school had ignored our 37 documented complaints before it happened. When people hear parents of killers, they picture monsters who raise monsters. They don't picture me as a single dad who taught high school English for 20 years, volunteered at animal shelters, and raised a quiet, kind-hearted boy who loved astronomy and had never been in a fight. Until last year when my 17-year-old son became a killer. It started when Aiden joined the robotics team his junior year. That's where he met Vanessa, a senior with a reputation for intense relationships. When Aiden politely declined her advances, explaining he wanted to focus on school, something changed in her. The first incident seemed minor minus excessive texting. Waiting for him after classes, I advised Aiden to be clear about boundaries. He was, but it only escalated. Soon she was showing up at our house at 3 a.m., leaving notes on his windshield describing what he'd been wearing that day, creating fake social media accounts when he blocked her real ones. We documented everything and reported it to the school. Teen drama, the vice principal called it. She's just going through a tough time at home. When Vanessa hacked Aiden's email and sent withdrawals to the colleges he'd applied to, we went to the police. They told us that without physical threats or assault, there wasn't much they could do. They suggested a restraining order, which we got, but it only seemed to challenge her. The school's response: they rearranged Aiden's schedule to minimize contact, essentially punishing him while allowing her behavior to continue. I documented 37 separate incidents over 7 months, 37 reports to the school, 12 police calls. The system designed to protect him failed at every turn. 2 weeks before graduation, Aiden woke to the sound of breaking glass. I was working a night shift at my second job. He called me, whispered that someone was in the house, and I told him to call 911 and lock himself in the bathroom. Before he could, Vanessa confronted him in the hallway holding a kitchen knife she'd taken from our downstairs. According to the police report, she was calm, telling him they could finally be together and that she'd remove any obstacles to their relationship. When Aiden tried to get past her to escape, she slashed at him, cutting his arm. In the struggle that followed, he managed to turn the knife away from himself. It entered her chest. By the time paramedics arrived, she had bled out on our hallway floor. My son was sitting against the wall, applying pressure to his own wound in shock. The district attorney declined to file charges, ruling it clear self-defense. But the court of public opinion wasn't as understanding. Half our community saw Aiden as a cold-blooded killer. We received death threats. Chemin spray-painted Miranda on our garage. The school superintendent had the audacity to release a statement mourning the tragic loss of a bright young woman without acknowledging the systematic failure that led to her death. We moved across the country. Aiden deferred college for a year. He's in therapy twice weekly, working through the trauma of taking a life, minus even in self-defense. I keep a binder with copies of every email, report, and complaint we filed. Sometimes I stay up reading them, wondering what else I could have done. Should I have pulled him from school, moved sooner? The hardest truth for any parent to face is that sometimes you can do everything right and still fail to protect your child. The second hardest truth is that sometimes the system designed to help will actually enable the very harm you're trying to prevent. My son is legally innocent, but will carry this burden forever, and I'm left wondering how many other parents are documenting incidents right now, begging for help that won't come until it's too late.